Hello and welcome. Nigeria is becoming something more like a volume of book to express. Yesterday I watched a video, and in that video there were truckload of northern youths leaving the north down to the south. Now the problem I have with we southerners is like we engage issues with too much of emotions. Now I am an emotional person, but when it comes to political stalemate or political situation that involves the North, I try as much as possible to suppress those emotions to get the thing underlining the objective of their actions or inactions. Now, when we see busloads of northern youths taking advantage of the lockdown heading towards the south, there are a whole lot of scenarios playing out there. To understand what I'm trying to tell you, I'm going to tell you a story. This is a true story that happened to me immediately I left the university and I was searching for a job to do. So I went to Abuja. That was late 90s, early 2000. I was in Abuja. If you recall where we refer to today as AYA, in those days it used to be a filling station here, and another filling station. Then one side used to be a mechanic garage. Today the place, I think there's a lounge, there's a lounge there, a sitting relaxation lounge there right now as we speak. Now there used to be a garage there. And for some of us who were in Abuja, we didn't have any relation to stay with. We didn't have friends to stay with. We were staying there. And then in the morning, we would get pure water or any amount of water we have, wash our face, and then we wear whatever good clothes we have, and then go into the town seeking for a job. And most times we don't come out successful. And then to feed sometimes was difficult, but we were all surviving. As youths then, we were looking for opportunities that as a child of a poor man, it's very difficult to get. Most opportunities then in Abuja were for those who had serious opportunities, but some of us who lived in that place, I think there was a house in that garage which was owned by an Hausa and a northern guy. And it was like a two-room together, and we're like 15 or 20 in that house. 3 of us were Christians, the rest were Muslims. But then when I was staying in that house, I didn't think anything about being a Muslim or being a Christian, because most of us there came from university. We're graduates of University of Maiduguri. So to me, I felt we were all brothers seeking for opportunities in Abuja. Then one day, quarrel ensued between one of the Christian residents in that room and a Muslim guy. And all of a sudden, the true feelings that we've been pretending to be with other I think I stayed there for about 3 months. The true feelings the true feelings of what we had for each other started coming out. And I recall vividly, and I'll never forget this conversation for the rest of my life. One of the guys that we were staying with said that honestly, all this while he has been pretending to be living with Arnes in the house. Now, Arne is a non-believer, or Kafiri, a rejected believer. So those were his exact words. So I got interested because I could speak the Hausa fluently as he does too. So and I said, why should you say a thing like that? That gaskiya barin fada maka gaskiya. Ni a cikin rayuwa na ki jinin Arne. Let me translate. He said, honestly, let him tell you, in his body and soul, he has deep hatred for non-believers. And said that gaskiya da ina da wani gas, na sake gas nan. Duk wani Christian zai sha gas nan ya mutu. Now let me put it again. He said that if he had some kind of gas that he can spread, and any Christians that inhales it should die, he will release it.
Yes.
And then I told him that, well, for me, that same gas or the science, Amanifa, let me tell you, Amanifa, nag sense scientists when they want gas, the kind of so Christians who shanye those who to then Giamashi, yes, I can do gas then so that Dugoni Muslimi they say share gas then she is a Christian. And I said, in translation, that for me as a Christian, I will only look for the scientists that made that gas. For him to translate that gas so that any Muslim in the country who inhales it will become a Christian. Do you know that my statement or my comments became the center point of serious quarrel, that I blaspheme Muslims, I said this, I said that in a way. But I know their way. They work on your fear. The moment you show fear, you encourage them. So I also opened up as a worry guy when they carry last. I opened up for them. And well, that was a long time ago. That was many years ago. Now, the purpose of bringing this story is to understand the mind frame of a typical northern youth, of a typical northern Muslim, of a typical northern politician. These are the youths that are now, one of those guys is a politician and is a big boy in Abuja. One of those guys will say, and one of those guys who also engaged, who also was positive or engaged in this same sentimentality that I'm talking about, is a politician in Abuja now as we speak. So I'm trying to tell you the mind frame. Now, the North is not like us, where we do not have the ability to think of long-term situation. We are only concerned with what happens now. The North can kickstart a process today because of a 20-year or a 30-year achievement or objective. We don't have that capabilities. Now, when you see truckloads of northern youths taking advantage of a supposedly lockdown that should be adhered to in order to protect the spread of COVID-19, you could see that first and foremost, these people don't care less about death. They don't care about death. In fact, the coronavirus to them is nothing. I've seen videos of people saying that, well, if there's coronavirus, to hell with it, even to prove how damning they want to damn the coronavirus. They were washing their hands and washing their faces and drinking up the dirty water from the water. You could see the kind of people that we've been forced to live with in the same country. So, well, for those of you who are saying that I'm a one Nigerianist, you insult my very integrity. How in the world can I support being in one country? People who reason as dipping their head, dipping their body in slum, in gutters, to celebrate the victory of another illiterate like them, or somebody washing his hands and faces to prove that he's daring coronavirus. Now, what is happening that you see these youths trooping the north? It's not that they are infected with coronavirus and they want to spread coronavirus. No, it is the same agenda of Islamization. Look, I make some of my videos. You watch it for entertainment. You don't go through the undertone. I will not say it the way all of you want to say me. Biafra will come. Yeah, no, this thing, that. I will not be sensationalism. I wouldn't be a sensationalist. I try to put it in a very mild way, but you should be able to look underneath and see exactly what I'm saying. Forget those youth you see in those trailers and this, they are not COVID-19 patients coming to the south. They are using an opportunity that is made available to them to in furtherance of the greater northernization agenda, and that is why if there are people in the north running from the COVID-19 to the south, why are there no females in those places? If you notice, they are all males. They are all in fact 100% they are all males. So it doesn't mean that the females in the north don't get COVID-19. So what you see happening is that the same agenda of infiltrating the south with their males. And what is the mission of their males? Information gathering and impregnating our girls, possibly our mommy, you don't know. And this will further, strengthen the high crime of kidnapping, the high rate of infiltration of our forests, and then the kidnapping and gradual elimination of our people takes place. Now, I have said my own piece. These are people who are hell-bent on making sure that Nigeria belongs to them. And the youth that you see flooding trailer load, like the video I saw. I think there were about three trailer, and then they said the one that Wike, the governor of Rivers State, intercepted. If I see any southern guy abusing Wike, that he is the governor of Rivers State, that he is authoritarian, he is this, is that, I begin to wonder. You don't know what the type of political mindset that you should have to withstand the North. As far as I'm concerned, the governor of Rivers State, Governor Wike, is the only governor that knows and has the type of mentality that can withstand the devilish intention of this core northerners. Because when I say northerners, I know I don't include states like Plateau, Nasarawa, Kogi. These are just follow states that pretend that they are northerners, but indeed they are not. But that's a story for another day. So I like to urge we southerners, even though for now we still have the problem of aggregating our mindset into a one block of identity that will curtail the inflow of the northerners. But for now, as an interim measure, I like to urge every northern youth to assist or check what is happening at your border points, what is happening at your checkpoints. You get me? If the military that you have there, or if those in charge of securing your borders are your indigenes, and if they are not, put a close eye on them. Make sure that, because for a bus load of indigenes to leave Kano, there are many borders. For instance, if I'm going to go to the south from Kano, I'm going to go through the border of Kaduna. I'm going to go through the border of Abuja. I'm going to go through the border of Lokoja, that's Kogi State. I'm going to go to the border of Edo State, and I'm going to go through so many borders. What is happening at these different borders that such a trailer could just be going through and passing, Clearly, it shows that these security apparatuses are either in connection with the greater agenda of the northern infiltration of the south, or clearly there is no such thing as COVID-19 in Nigeria, but a hoax to make us sit at home, whereas at night the very agenda of infiltrating our land is taking place. So I'd like to urge all youths, get your face masks in order to help the people at your borders to protect your land from these invaders. They are hell-bent with this idea of taking over Nigeria. When you see a governor coming out openly that the oil in Bayelsa belongs to him, that Nigeria belongs to him, when you see a governor, the last one I made, the governor of what's his name? Anyway, my head is hot. Anyway, the point is this: let us protect our borders from these invaders. They've made up their mind. They are not willing to see the rest of us as one. And by one, I mean brothers in one Nigeria. They see us as people we will invade. The good thing they have ahead of us is that they have the ability to connect to a long-term agenda. They have a synergy. They have a synergy that every one of them, every one of them embarks upon. Every segment or every player in the agenda connects. They are not like us, like the person who called me and said, on the 19th of next month, don't worry, you will see what is happening. It clearly shows the difference between how we operate and how they operate. You would never see it coming until it has come. So I strongly believe that we should protect our borders. The youths in the south should make it a point that yes, they are coming out to support the security point at the main borders of your state, so as to checkmate these trailer loads of this thing. Believe me, if we are southerners and we are like 5 in any car going towards the north, we will be stopped and sent back home. So why is it? Because how is it possible that all the governors have agreed that interstate borders should be locked to prevent the spread of COVID-19. But I still go out. I see interstate transport still loading. Lokoja, Abuja, Katsina. So it shows that the whole lockdown, as far as it is concerned in Nigeria, is a hoax. There is no lockdown at all. There are lockdown for law-abiding people, law-abiding citizens, and then there is free movement for the wicked in Nigeria, and that is how it is. So I like to urge those who have located in the south, protect your land, offer to render support at people you leave at your gate. That is commendable. So I don't have anything more to say. The people you see in truckload attempting to relocate to your south are not spreading COVID-19. Forget that COVID-19 theory. What they are trying to do is to use this opportunity to locate themselves permanently in your bushes, in mosques located in your area, and then increase their population so that after the COVID-19, the wave of kidnapping, the wave of, the rate at which our land will gradually be captured will be faster. I want to say thank you very much for listening.